Hello, everyone. Hi, Cheryl, Diane, Rhonda. Hi, Ruth. We got Melva, Jan, Daisy. Everyone, as you come in, please hit the thumbs up, please. Thank you. Vanessa, Ann Lister, Rhonda Scott, Susan. Hi, Laura. Is it Aramisi? From California. It was a beautiful day on the Central Coast. Okay, nice. Sandy Marie. Hi, Sexy Fox. Melva. Oh, I didn't get a chance to watch her live today. But how's everyone doing tonight? Figure we'd come on here and discuss a few things and laugh. you know, Especially since, all the Hurrians, wanted to come at me. Yeah, what happened with Angel? Is she okay? But like I said, the Hurrians, yeah, they've been coming at me pretty hard this week, but all I do is laugh at them. Hi, Elizabeth. All I do is laugh at them. Okay, ladies, I got 32 people in here, 16 thumbs up. Glad you're on my household. It's a bunch of party poopers. you know, um, what was I about to say? Yeah, 36 people, 17 thumbs up. She made a video today talking about VDM and him not helping her at all. Wow. I'll have to go watch replay. Mary Jackson, how you doing? Peace of mind. Hello. Elaine, how you doing? But yeah, they've been I guess they think they're harassing me. They keep coming into my comment section, telling me that I can't talk about KO. I'm not allowed to speak about horror. I'm a horrible person. Calling me a racist. That's really freaking funny to me. Because I'm not even white. So it's really hilarious for them to tell me that oh, and JD is my master. Justin doesn't rule me. I don't talk about horror because of Justin. If she doesn't want us to talk about her, then she'll stop doing dumb shit on social media. Yes, they're leaving vile you're right, they are leaving vile comments. Actually, saying bad things to my supporters who choose to comment on my page. Hi Lucy, but you know what? We're gonna say what we wanna say. Period. They don't own social media. I might be able to have to tone it down over there on Facebook, but over here I'm gonna say what I want to say with no filter, and they can either like it or not. I really don't give a damn because I'm gonna talk about her as long as she's coming on social media doing dumb shit, acting a fool, acting like she doesn't have any damn home training, mistreating the children. I'm going to talk about it because it's on social media. Period. That's right, Elizabeth. Clock it. Wait a minute. Okay. I need to laugh. I have. Oh, I'm so sorry, Susan. I hope you feel better. And just like, they think I can't say, like, I even had somebody come in my comments talking about, oh, I'm a child therapist. I had to tell that bitch, if you a child therapist and you don't see nothing wrong with what horror is doing to her children, then you should not be a child therapist. Your license should be revoked ASAP because I know you see the same shit I see. So as long as she's on here, I'm going to say what I want to say. And then I hear that, oh, I guess we're not supposed to say, okay, not only were we not supposed to say that the London tech was fake, and I keep saying it's fake. Do what you want to do with that, you guys. And apparently now we're not supposed to say that she's in a low show. Okay, I'm going to address that one. Cora, you're in a low show. Ho in 304. Okay, apparently, if we say that we're going to get sued, go ahead and do that, sweetheart. Apparently, we're not supposed to say that she's a bad mother. Corey, you're a bad mother. Sue me for that one too, because I have a lot of evidence proving otherwise. Okay? Where you've taken Jay off of camera to the side and you can literally hear you hitting her. You screaming at her. The children begging for food while your face is glued to your camera screens. All five of them. Actually exploiting your children. Showing their private areas. And not even taking the video down or addressing it. And the list goes on and on and on. So I'm going to say it. I mean 43 people in here. 22 thumbs up, ladies. Hi, Iris sis. So I'm going to say what I want to say, and they don't have to like it. They can keep coming to my page. Some people I just block. Some people I just leave it up. I leave them up there in their comments just for ha-has. I might even entertain them, sometimes and go back a little bit, back and forth with them. And then I just, oh, I'm bored. They're boring me. And I'll just block them. All of them are fake pages, you know? So I'm going to say what I want to say. And like I said, they can like it or not. I don't care. Oh, and I want to ask you ladies one other for a favor. If you can share my YouTube page. I'm trying to build it to 500 followers. So I would appreciate that. But no stress, no stress. So how you guys how did you guys like the Jamaica trip? The Jamaica trip was kind of funny to me. In that first talking about she was at an Airbnb. Girl, that was not an Airbnb. That was somebody's house that plays as an Airbnb and they live there. Hold on, guys. Hi, Pool. Thank you, Cheryl. Taz is not good at all. I'm blind and it's just not good. It scares me. Oh, I'm so sorry, Susan. I hope you get better. Um, I do know a little bit about diabetes and I do know it can affect your eyes, sometimes your feet. And I understand, of course it's going to scare you. And my prayers are with you. Yes, she was. The whole damn time. Yes, she was. You know what I'm saying? Talking about one of my queens, upgraded me to VIP. Girl, you was just at a regular smegular resort. Okay? It wasn't like a VIP experience. So just stop. Then you in there, you know, child, that crying thing. I want to say that was the biggest one yet of when she does that fake damn crying. And your face was only wet because you had it slathered with oil. Because all of that crying, I ain't see one damn tear. Not one tear dropped down out your eyes. Girl, don't, oh, I'm going to get to them craters. Yes, everyone. Everybody say a prayer for Miss Susan. Yeah, she was there for a client. Oh, really? Oh, she had what they call that back in the day. A passion mark? What? She is a millionaire. She's just fake, ungrateful, unappreciative. Yo, you're so welcome, Susan. Yeah, that was a fake tears. Two? Well, damn, she might as well just round it out to three. you know and then the next day she sits here and starts talking about what it's like to have money, and talking about broke people. Y'all don't realize that she was basically clowning y'all. She was clowning you supporters, the ones that watch her and don't send her money every day, telling her, the ones that do send, oh, I pray that your pockets never run dry. Of course she does. Because if your pockets run dry, then you can't send to her. And no, I'm not hating. I have no problem with working for what I need. I'm not going to sit here and get on social media and beg for stars. I'm not going to get on social media and shake my ass for stars. I'm not going to get on social media and exploit my children, show their private areas, and all that other stupid ass shit you do. My kids ain't worth uh, exposing them just to get some damn stars. No, they don't have any damn sense. Not a bit. Yeah, she was clowning the Jamaican. Sure was. She does that all the time. Yup, two men for her. Oh, shit. Cheryl, you going to the naughty corner. Huh. You're okay. Yeah, she exactly. She clowns the people everywhere she goes. Hmm. Yeah, unfortunately, nobody's gonna test her. She doesn't have any open cases. It's just crazy, with the stuff in. Oh yeah, and then like what somebody else sat there and said, "Let me tell you something. I ain't never seen so many craters in somebody Nash in my life." I don't know if she forgot that she didn't edit it, put a filter on that, but I guarantee you in the next day or two, them pictures will be different. Because Lord have mercy, when she lifted that leg, I swear, half her ass caved in. It was that many damn craters. Only desperate people that are money hungry do stuff like that, and it's disgusting. Nothing like a hardworking mother that do for their own kids and do what they got to do. Exactly. Hi, most unique. Well, who in their right mind go on vacation for a few days? Exactly. Who goes to Jamaica for like 3 days. And half that time you spent in your damn room. Dimples, it wasn't even the word. Those was craters. I told you when she lifted that leg up, half that side of that ass caved in. There was that many damn craters up in there. No, I don't know if she's home yet. And actually, I'm surprised the whole trip she didn't say, I miss my girls. I just miss my girls. When duty calls, right? Yeah, she's doing one or the other. Yeah. Oh, well, no. The first place she got, she had to, she had to go according to her pockets. Like she just didn't sell all those. Well, I don't even know if I want to call them albums because, hmm, that wasn't music. And she, 1 minute she likes to brag that she has money, the next minute she's poor and she doesn't have. But if you could not go there, go to Jamaica and have decent accommodations, then you shouldn't have fucking went. Period. But as usual, she expected all her followers to pay for it, and like clockwork, they did it. They will pay for anything for her. Yeah, she doesn't miss them. Oh, really? That's who the first place was? Well, then she should be very upset. Well, MG should be very upset because she sat there and basically said that place was beneath her when she got to the resort. So if I was MJ, I would feel, you know what I'm saying? I'd feel a little disrespected. Yeah, noise pollution, right? I think the funny thing is her house is Exactly. Her house is falling apart. Let me see what it say. Notice whenever she have to travel, she go to L.A. Dirty Fest. She have to get the information about it. True, very true. She bragged to someone on her way home that she didn't spend any money. And she more than likely didn't because she never does. And the fact that, her bragging about it, you know what I'm saying? It's called, what is the word? It's called, being grateful. There's another word for it. You know what I'm saying? Humility. It might be the word. Just be grateful about it. You don't have to brag about that, oh, they do this, they do that. You don't have to do that. Hi, Rosen. At some point, her psychopathic financial support Muppets are going to start to catch on that they can't afford to keep. Them idiots ain't going to catch on. They will sit here and give them their food money. They will sit here and let their children go without. Yup, she gets her orders. Yes, she does. Oh, humble. Yeah, she needs to humble herself. That's the exact word. Um, Thank you, Elaine. That is the exact word. She needs to humble herself. And there's nothing wrong with that. I can't find it, but there was a short video of her grinding up against a man, and then a woman ran up and stopped her. Anybody see it? What, on the trip? What? Oh no, I missed that. Just to have, exactly, that is the most stupidest thing. Grown ass women. Oh, they love to call us old. But KO has always said most of her women are old people, and those are the ones that she really like because they're the ones that support her. She had her limbs around. Hmm. That's a wonderful point. Can't afford anything the girls need. You're right. She can't. She can afford it. She just refuses to buy it. There's a difference. She can afford. You know, if you have a $10,000 a month mortgage, you are not broke. Hi, Brenda. Oh, at the first place. Okay. Yeah, she's greedy. She's very greedy and manipulative. And she is never going to be satisfied no matter how much you give her. It will never be enough. She can have, like, sometimes, she has those massive star parties. Remember that time? There was one time where she got like over 100,000 stars. I mean, she killed it that day. She still wasn't satisfied. She still came back live a couple hours later and expected them to send more. Now, that's what you call greedy and unappreciative. Did she get the girls anything? I don't know. No, she didn't get them shit. I bet you she didn't get them nothing. She said out her own mouth at 30 she was broken at 31. Exactly. But you got some of them. We don't care what she has. We will still give her. Well, y'all go ahead and give her. Well, from tomorrow is back to noodles, peppers, and onions and powdered milk with water while she's out there eating. Exactly. Exactly. That's exactly what she's going to do. Oh, hi, hot stuff. I don't know if I spoke earlier. Wish you would get them something. Them girls were the last thing on her mind. She thinks it's funny that she can get all their money. They're so dumb. She's taking all of their money. They need to open her eyes. At least they can see, but don't. Yeah, she thinks it's funny. I guarantee you, when she turns off that camera, she's over there laughing hysterically, and those idiots aren't gonna open their eyes. The only thing they're gonna do is continue opening their wallets. But you know what? Let them. They say, "Oh, we're having sleepless nights." I sleep good in my king size bed very well every night. No, I'm not jealous. Actually, I think it's funny that you guys are giving a millionaire money. It's really hysterical to me. Yeah, though they're giving them their social security and retirement money. Some of them probably giving them their husband's money. But you know what? Let them. I don't care. I'm like, tell me, oh, it pained them. Bitch, it don't pain nobody over here. At least I know it don't pain me. She said she has more videos to post, so no telling what's next. It ain't nothing but showing her ass. If she has more videos to post, it has to do with showing her ass. She thinks showing her ass is what's going to make her, you know, be a musician. Just like there was an employee there that came up to her when she was eating, talking about, "Oh, you're Core the dancer." Oh, she didn't like that. She was like, "I'm a singer. What about singing?" No, you're not a singer. You're not even a dancer. You claim you're a professional dancer. That's not what professional dancing that you do is. You do the same like 3 to 4 steps, and that's about it. You're not a professional dancer. True, hot stuff. For the love of God, people stop trying to tell her to come back over to the UK. No, I'm not gonna agree with you on that. She need to bring her little hot ass over there to London, since she wanna come on social media, and she wasn't assuming anymore. Putting that little assumption out there that she did before with JD. She came out with her mouth, okay, with her full spreading chest, cause the girls are spread now. They one's going to the east, one's going to the west now. She came out with her full chest and said, my ex hired a hitman to copy me. So if she wants to say that, and it's such a big deal, that she needs to carry her ass on back to London and prove it, or shut the fuck up. And I'm going to say it just like that. Y'all can, them people over on that side, they can like it or not, but I'm saying it. If she's not going to go, because first of all, if it's such a big deal, because if my ex tried to do that to me, you think I'd be sending my kids over there every day, every other week? No, I wouldn't be sending my kids over there every week if my husband tried to unalive me. No. You see over the news where these men sit here and take out unalive their own children over the mother. Take the whole family out. So if it's that serious, Horiana, carry your ass on over there. Miss Craterbutt, take your ass on over there to damn London and prove it. And if you're not gonna do it, then shut the fuck up. Period. So I'm sorry, Most Unique. I can't agree with you on that one. But you know what? She's not gonna go. She's not gonna go over there. Hi, Vivian. She is not gonna bring her ass over there. Cause why do they want her DNA? I've never heard. She just came out with that not too long ago. They ain't been talking about a DNA. I thought KO got an upgrade in rooms at the resort where she was staying, which was all inclusive, all the screaming about loving Jamaica, yet she stayed for only. Exactly. And usually when you go to a resort, it is all inclusive. You know what I'm saying? It includes food, drinks, even alcoholic beverages, which, oh, Miss Thing, you say you didn't drink. Girl, you started drinking at the damn airport. Most resorts, you got a lot of resorts that are all inclusive. She didn't do nothing special. Tomorrow, oh, all I see is white people here. All I see is white people here. The only people I see that are black are people who work here. Girl, really? First of all, what? White people can't go to Jamaica? Second of all, there's black people there too. Of course, Jamaica is majority, I'm going to say at least 95% black. Of course, there's going to be a lot of Jamaican people who work there. Are you trying to say one race can't afford something than the other? But yet, here you are, staying in that same resort. Always got to bring the race card into something. Yeah, showing her cottage cheese ass. Hi, Charmaine. Most unique. You hear her? We have her half the year. You should take her for the other half. Cause we sick of her over here. Hi, Charmaine. Crater Ball, you got that right. Yeah, he should sue her for defamation. Because, I mean, that's a serious charge. That is a serious accusation that she put out there. That really is a very serious accusation. Time for that BBL to get refilled. Nah, those are shots. That's not the real thing as the BBL. And they ain't gonna last that long. You'd rather, or you can have him too. For the first spot, yes, it did. See, if I go to an Airbnb, I never get someplace where there's a host. I understand some people don't mind, going to someone's house where they're renting the room, where you get a bedroom and a bathroom. You have access to, the common areas of the house. That's not me. I don't want to be in a place with a strange person inside the house. I want the house empty, and she was not in a good part. It didn't look like I said, if I go to Jamaica, I stay in inclusive resorts. When I went to God, what is the name of that place? When I went out to Mexico, I stayed in an all-inclusive resort. I mean, food was free, drinks were free, liquor was free. I got to swim with the dolphins. I mean, all kind of shit. Yeah, and they're talking about it look like a roach motel because somebody here earlier just sat here and said they thought it was MG's husband's place. I was like, oh shit. Shoot, Cheryl, it's already yeah, because it's deflating. Yeah, she's drinking, but she's like, I don't drink. I don't drink. Girl, as soon as you got off the airplane, you had a damn what you call it, a rum punch. And a lady paid for it. You went straight to the bar. The lady didn't tell you to come to the bar. You brought your little crater behind over to the damn bar. And then the lady seen you, noticed who you were, and just because, let me tell you something, just because some people out there knew who you were, that don't mean, you just some big singer. Before you used to, sit here and compare yourself to Beyonce. That was a big joke. Now you're comparing yourself to Cardi B. You still could never be on the same level as Cardi B. Cardi B has a personality that is unmatched by you. Cardi B, even though she has 4 children, two of them, I don't even think them two are a year apart, her youngest 2 children. But she is an excellent mother, top notch. That's one thing she does do is she takes care of her damn kids. Yes, she's drinking more and more. All she showed was that bedroom in the view. And then as soon as she carried her ass outside, the internet went out. No, he's not going to sue her. You're right. Exactly. I know. I know black people can go, white people can go, anybody can go. Some people save up for their vacations. Some people save up because when they go someplace like that, they want to have a good experience. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to go, you know what I'm saying? Like people say somebody wants to um okay, somebody's lives in California. They want to come here to Florida. They don't want to go stay at Motel 6. A lot of people come with their families. They want to stay at Disney. Now, staying on Disney grounds is very expensive. You expect to spend anywhere from 5 to 10 grand to stay on one of those Disney properties in the park and everything. People save up for that or put it on credit. Exactly. To be saying that is for someone who never worked a day in their life. She has that cottage cheese behind from them shots. That accusation is enough to put him. No, that accusation won't put him in jail. You have to prove it. Is it a good look for him with his, being a chiropractor? Absolutely not. But they can't, you know what I'm saying? Uh, but accusing him, I don't believe that will put him in jail. Well, Justin he is getting stronger now, but I don't think he's going to do anything, but he needs to, because I'm sorry, you're not going to sit here and accuse me of some shit like that without proof. I thought her behavior throughout the whole holiday was weird. All the shouting and repeating about loving Jamaica, jumping up and down. Why make little of the hard working staff? Exactly. She always acts a fool. She's one of them people, you know how they say you got that one friend or one person that you can't take nowhere? That's her. Because to rule out that she is not involved and take her DNA match with someone else to see who is the one that did it. Well, regardless of, I don't know, like I said, why they want her DNA, but you know what I'm saying? But if you're going to accuse somebody like that, then go take care of it. Somebody wrote a comment today and said to me, if we want her to go back to London, we should pay for her ticket. I responded back, even if we had got her a private jet, I bet you she won't bring her ass back to London. And not because she's scared. She could have went out there when her damn sister was there. So that's some bullshit right there. And why do we need to pay for it? Hell, y'all pay for every other damn trip. But you're right. He has grounds to sue her ass. He does. And if it was me, I would. Y'all always sitting here accusing me of, oh, Justin is my master. I don't have a master. I don't do this shit for Justin. How many times has Justin used to come on live and tell us to leave her alone, leave his family alone? I kept talking because Justin don't tell me what to do. I do what I want to do. Okay? I don't talk to Justin. I don't know Justin. But I'm going to say whatever the hell I want to say. Nobody tells me what I can and can't say. You got that right, Vivian. Can't come soon enough. She's a pathological liar. That's why she lies so much. She can't help it. And then when you say a lie, you got to come up with another lie to cover that lie. Then another lie to cover up that lie. Yes, he needs to pull up his big boy pants and grow some balls. See, JD needs a sister like me. Oh, what is her name that was on Stoney's live? Is it Miss Robin? Where's my Miss Robin? She ain't here. She ain't on here tonight. Cause she was telling him about himself. Hmm. They all can get that. That's because they're just nasty people. But she ain't the only one that can get nasty. Looks like she went behind the shed and got yeah, what they call that? Back room injections. Yes, Disney, There are so many amusement parks here. Disney is the most expensive, especially for people who don't live here. They actually ask to see your ID because Florida residents get a discount. It ain't that much of a discount. It's still very expensive. She do damn cheat, want to travel the world with other people money. Exactly. You know, when they crack me up, we catch flights. We are in Jamaica. Y'all asses ain't don't wasn't in no goddamn Jamaica. Y'all was sitting at home on your fucking couch. That's where y'all was at. What you mean we catch flights? Where y'all? Some of y'all don't probably don't even have a passport. She catches flights. Horiana went to Jamaica. None of y'all. Y'all just footed the bill. I don't know. I know she did something with the girls up out on her chest, but you know she need to go ask them to push them closer together, cause when she was with that bathrobe on the other day, hmm, I could have swore that was a man's chest, cause one was up under each damn armpit. What Cord don't know is that a lot of those locals in Jamaica go to the most expensive resorts there. I'm from Jamaica, so I can tell you straight up. Okay? Stop acting. Yeah, she needs to start acting like, she's the only one that can afford stuff and things like that. Yeah, yeah, her goons believe everything she says. They're huge and her bottom lip falls to her chin. Yes, and as usual, we saw the hotel room and her eating in the room and seeing a view of the beach from the window. Did she go to the beach? So weird. Yeah, she finally went to the beach the next day. Sandy, the bottom lip isn't right. Justin can't tell no one what to do. He needs to get his ass to court and fight. You goddamn right, cause he don't tell me what to do. But they love they keep putting messages in my comments. Your master sent you. Your master did that. I don't have a master. Okay, I do what the fuck I want when I want. I say what I want when I want to say it. And if I want to get on there and call her Horiana, I'm going to do that. If I want to say that London attack was fake, I'm going to do it. Yes, I'm going to call her, okay, a low show, whore, 304. Pick one. I'm going to call her all of that. She ain't going to sit here and talk about, I will sue you if you say that. Sue me, bitch. Sue me. Make sure, though, you don't erase none of that evidence that's in your phone because I got plenty in my phone to prove otherwise. And not only am I going to make you pay for my attorney fees, I'm going to make you pay me for even making me have to waste my time on you. Because what you show on social media shows me that you're a bad mother and a low show. Oh, Robin was hilarious. Yeah, she subscribed to my page too, but she might not know I'm live. At this stage, what city do anything she's crashing out on? Her own woman was high as hell the whole damn time. Sure was. And you're right, it wasn't just alcohol. Even when she's in Cali, it's not just alcohol. So by her saying that only people she sees that work there are black people, that is stereotyping, and Jamaica has white people. Exactly. Yes, the album is a fail. Well, we already knew that. Haven't sir heard anything about it for a few days. Only thing that I heard was stream it, stream it, stream it. That girl don't care about them streams. She wanted them to buy it first off her own website. She collected that money, and that's all she cared about. This was the worst ever that she did. And I hope she don't think that she proved that she can make it in American music, because no ma'am, she did not. Guess that. Okay. Hey, my butt jiggle and it wiggled is called old age and gravity. It's about 5 or 6 content creators are in Jamaica right now. Death from America. They're riding around the ocean in cars. Shim called a plum fool, carry on like that in the room like she never been. Exactly. The girl ain't got no damn home training. And calling salmon roll, the orange fish, eggs, caviar. You know, I was laughing at that. I was laughing at it. I'm like, this chick don't even know what caviar is. Just hush. Just don't say nothing. Just like when she was in her room talking about eating filet mignon. That looked like it was, like, how you have a piece of beef, like maybe a roast or whatever, and you cut it. That's what that looked like. That didn't look like filet mignon. Filet mignon doesn't lay down flat like that. Where it looked like a piece of roast. That didn't even look like a prime rib. That looked like a piece of roast. I've always said JD could have did more. He sure should have, and he should have handled that from the beginning. Okay, I understand they broke up. He wanted her here, but as soon as the harassment started, and all of that stuff, I'd have had my ass at damn immigration ASAP. Okay, I got 62 people in here. Did everybody hit that thumbs up? I should have more thumbs up, ladies, please. Okay, I read that. Wait, hold on a minute. I didn't say we really want. Her nose. Yes, her nose is running year round, year round. And she just wipes it and touches this and wipes it and continues cooking. Ew. She to play stupid. She don't know the difference. For real. I'm surprised she wasn't standing on that ledge before she jumped off into the waterfall and started shouting. When I say, I'm surprised she didn't stand there, and shake her ass and bend over and all that other stuff. Because she thinks that crater ass is gonna, sell everything. Thank you, Sandy. That phone me trick to me was pretty sorry. Let me tell you something. And the GoFundMe is still up. She can. Let me see. 100 take away 77. She can still collect $24,000 on that GoFundMe. Picture that. Imagine that. That's just how greedy she is. Even though people have not been donating to it in a very long time, but it is still open because she had $100,000 goal. When everybody knows that it was not going to cost her no $100,000 for no damn lawyer to go to court with Justin. But the GoFundMe is still open to where she can collect $24,000. Now that's what the hell what you call greedy. She's so nasty, no class. You got that right. Find it funny that people keep going on about Justin's tooth. Get a grip, people. healthy teeth, unlike most of them. You know what? Exactly. You know, when he was live the other day, they brought up, why don't you fix your tooth? And he said, I can, but I would prefer to spend my money to take my girls on vacation, to take care of my children. Why don't they ask Hora why she has what do you call it, the clip-on veneers? You can clearly tell how her teeth are. You can see when she has them in. You can see when she has them out, and you can also hear the difference in her voice when she wears them. But you guys would, but you know what? Didn't she, well, no, I can't say she loved them because she used them for that, to get to the U.S. But what his tooth looks like ain't none of y'all business. Okay, why don't you tell Miss Thing, you know what I'm saying, to grow her hairline back, grow some eyebrows. You know what I'm saying? Talking about that little boil or bump thing on her Nash. She going to a damn dermatologist showing it to her. Nah, chick, you need to go to the damn doctor. You need a medical doctor, not a dermatologist, because that bump on your ass has been there for way too long. You need to go get that checked out and not by a dermatologist. Very sad thing is he's going back to putting the girls on. Well, you know, he's not putting the girls on there like that, and you know, they're his kids too. At least he's not forcing them and dragging them. That's the one thing I will say. There's a difference between what he does, how he's doing it. Now, do I believe the girls should be on social media? No. And that's on both sides. I think the girls should not be on social media. But at least he does it differently than she does. But I do believe that they neither one should do it. Of course, they ain't got nothing else to do. You know what they should have been asking her, you know, because as soon as she takes them braids out, you know, that damn, you know, that hairline gonna go back another quarter inch. She gonna mess around and who's that, George Jefferson? Mm-hmm. She already looking like Homie the Clown. Ashy. Yes, they're ashy. I bet you that is what they are. What it is from nastiness, but she needs to go get it checked out and not from a damn dermatologist. Sometimes those things need to be what you call it, lanced. And apparently that cream that dermatologist gave her ain't helping with that darkness. What did you put a ring light on it when you were in her office to make them look lighter? And what you probably what you going over there getting treatment for free probably, you know, because you told this lady, you know, you have well, how much does she have for social media followers? She got all them. Mm-mm. Did you tell her that most of them can't afford you? Did you tell them that the majority of them don't even live in California? And so you're not going to get any business from that? Never mind you, you're in Beverly Hills. And then the one time you told her you could grow her edges. Now I'm going to tell you something, Miss Dermatologist. As soon as she don't have no edges that grow back, now you better do your research because they going to come for you now. He barely showed them today. It was mostly of him talking. Yeah, it was mostly him talking. Nope, you're right. She's on them. She on them knees. She she too took and crazy. Police would seek a person's DNA in a chemical attack in London. primarily to identify a subject, establish their presence at the scene. And to talk about that again, the only person who knew where she was staying at was Nancy. Nobody else knew. She even KO, because she made it clear, I don't want to tell anybody where I live at. I don't want nobody to know where I'm staying at. Nancy was the only one. And when I listened, and I could be wrong, I'm gonna have to go back and watch, figure out which day it was that Blessing played this video of Nancy after the fake attack. And I could have heard her sit here and say, I left her in a penthouse. Girl, if that's what you call a penthouse, because that's what we here call a hostel. Okay? That was one of the cheap, like, kind of like a really, really cheaper than goddamn Motel 6. Put it that way. Them knees black as ever. Sure are. You see no shorts she wore? Child, oh my God. And imagine the person that had to get on the damn airplane behind her to sit in that seat. I remember one time I got on a plane and the stewardess was mad at me because I buy those little they have the little pocket size of the Lysol spray. Oh, she was mad when she caught me spraying me and my son's seat. But I didn't know who sat in that seat before me. Let me see. Who dresses like that for a plane? Horiana. Can't think, but where did eat before her flight? She was in the, what do you call that lounge? The VIP lounge, I think they call it. But she can she was like, oh, one of my queens paid for me to be there. She does have an American Express card. I've seen her use it before. You can use an American Express card. The real comment section too. She made a post and she pulled it up. She Googled it and it says everything about that lounge and what it takes to get in, and it's not that hard to get in. Hell, Ruth and Derek go in one of them lounges every time they fly. And they're a family of five, so you getting in there wasn't a flex. Yes, Allie, that's what I use now, Clorox wipes. She's going to ruin that. Yes, she's going to ruin that dermatologist reputation. And yes, clock it. She is. As soon as things don't go right, or if she says one bad thing about that lady, like I said, sometimes, you sometimes you think you just look like, oh, she has what is she supposed to have, 8 million followers or something like that. You know, see where these followers are. Go get, all you got to do is do some research. Where these followers from? Are they gonna come? Matter of fact, have you got any patients since then? She done been to your office like 3 times. Have you received one patient? I have to point this out. If there was a chemical attack on her or anyone in London, it would have been covered on all the news outlets and all the media. Well, it was. They did. Because at first I didn't think so either until I did look it up. She did make a video and say, she was covered by this, you know, and she said where to Google it. I did do it. And yeah, it wasn't on the TV news because, most news stations, they have their things on the internet too. There were a few posts, write-ups on a couple different news outlets, but it wasn't like some big giant write up. Anyway, the place was packed and in those shorts. Exactly. But look what she wears to her daughter's school. Look what she wears into the grocery store. Like some people don't want their children to see that. You know what I'm saying? When my children were toddlers, I wouldn't want them walking around in the store looking at her with her ass out, or when she's at the park. I'm surprised some of them more parents ain't spoke out about except for that one man. People don't want their children to see that. Some people don't, but the adults sometimes don't want to see that. In the grocery store, DMV, you know what I'm saying, at the airport, they might have. You remember that time when Jay had the little Christmas thing going on. You see what she had on? That was embarrassing for your child. There's something called scabies. You can sit on those, huh? Oh, wow. I come in age where I was taught you should dress for a fight. True. I mean, I have heard that saying before, but there's also, I was taught there's a time and a place. And walking in Whole Foods or Trader Joe's with your ass out is not the time or the place. Definitely not the place. And damn sure not your child's school. We all dress comfortable joggers and a warm top for any fight. Rosen, what? You a fighter, huh? You like to fight? Just joking with you. I think she ordered a second drink. Hmm. Wouldn't surprise me. She paid to get access to that lounge. You must have an Amex Platinum card. Yeah, like I said, the real comment section too. She posted because you can pay, even without the American Express, you can still pay to get in there. Yes, TMZ covered it, but hell, TMZ covers any goddamn thing. Hell, TMZ will cover them damn ants that's in her damn house. Yeah, she made a video. I live in the UK. I watched the BBC News every night, never saw a damn thing about her, and I get the papers delivered every morning. And the only reason why TMZ and them knew is because her sister called them. And why did she sneak out? She said she snuck out the next day. But it was such a big deal, and anybody that gets attacked is going to go to the police and handle it. Give them their statement, what you know. And I don't even live in the UK, but I hear there's CCTV cameras everywhere. How come they didn't see that? You could hear the guy when he came in and said, "What's going on?" Did the man sound alarmed? You know what I'm saying? He sounded like it was nothing. Even her dress to playground. It sure is. Her dress, how she dresses at the playground. You remember that one father, that one man who approached her and said something about her, spreading her legs and doing all that stuff in front of the kids? She was mute then. She ain't say nothing back to that man. If they were a chemical attack on a woman or anybody, then exactly. Children's Park. Yup. What happened to the interview with? First of all, she acted like she was gonna be on some major news station. You know, it was in a warehouse. The two hosts didn't even know who the hell she was. they had a disagreement, almost a damn argument, but she was trying to prove, she's on this thing where she's on a mission to prove to Don that she can make it in an American music industry because he said she will never make it. And so now she's on this thing where she must prove it. She's even said it. I must sell albums. You must buy my album. We need to prove that I can make it in the American industry. How are they making it? You're the only one that's trying to make it. But you're not going to do that. Because you know what? You done showed your ass so much when you used to go with them to their little, to their little get-togethers or their little places they used to go, and you showed your ass. You was rude, you was disrespectful, you act entitled. All those people, they all run in circles. They all are at the same events. They talk. Okay, they don't want you. First of all, you're kind of too old for this, to be honest. Let me tell you guys a little quick thing. I have a nephew. He raps, and he's really pretty good. You know, he's one of his songs took off pretty well. It was mainly like he was paid to perform this. He was going to different clubs and blah blah this. They were paying him. Then of course after time, the song dies down. He paid Boozy, Little Boozy. I don't know if y'all know who Little Boozy is. He's in Atlanta. He paid him to make a remix with him. Okay? Little Boozy took the money. They made a remix. Little Boozy even did a video with him. They made a video. The song got hot again. Then it died again. I told my nephew, I'm like, you and your at your age, baby, you need to give it up. You know what I'm saying? You're too old for this shit. She means flight. Okay. TMZ talk covered about it and mentioned it. She was on. Oh, yup. So she could think you can dance. Yup. He was probably paid actor. Pretty much. In all actuality, what did we see? Nothing. All we heard was her making a bunch of damn noise. Yeah. There are over 940,000 to 942,000 CCTV cameras in London. Okay. Hi, good news. Well, he is right. Shim will never make it in American music. You're right. She's not. Oh, I find it hilarious when people like her come up with the old statement, send me money if it upsets my haters, and these idiots do it. Exactly, because they think we get mad. I've actually heard some of them bloggers say, or she heard said, or one of them, both of them, oh, anytime they mention her name, we will send her stars. Okay, go ahead. Is that supposed to upset me? Because you sending her star because I mentioned her name? I mentioned her name. Well, I called her a lot of things tonight. But y'all know, y'all keep going in my comment section, talking about horror, your mama. Oh, that's what you got. That's all you got to say? Because I called her horror. You gonna sit here and say your mama? Okay, well, your mama too. How about that? Like, ooh, I'm so scared now. Yeah, it's not my money either. I could give a damn if they want to stay. Y'all could sit here and do it to where y'all send her X amount of money every damn week, every day. Or like MG. She sends you 1,500 stars every day. And if she comes on 4 times a day, she sends it to you 4 times a day. Let her. I don't care. It's not hurting me any. I just laugh at her. Because I know there's a lot more other shit she could be doing with that money. But hey, y'all want to send her money like kids' birthdays? Y'all sit here and send her all this money. She don't spend no money on them kids. She don't buy them kids nothing. Y'all ever ask her where a lot of those clothes y'all sent her? Where the clothes at? Most of them clothes y'all send them girls, they don't see that she ain't wearing them. Where the clothes at? Why you think her family fly with so many suitcases? All them suitcases ain't filled with, the Nigerian stuff they bring back. A lot of that stuff she sends back to Nigeria for her father's shop that he sells. He sells that stuff. I wish I would send my money to somebody else to enjoy it while I go without. Exactly. And I was raised to give to people that are in need. That's who you're supposed to give to. You're supposed to give to people in need. The Nigerian people, women who are here in the US. What y'all send her money every day. Are you sending your family in Nigeria the same amount of money? Because a lot we're not I'm not trying to down Nigeria or anything. A lot of what's going on there has to do with their government, but there's a lot of people there who are suffering, who are struggling. I've heard Angel, that's one of the reasons why Angel has that foundation. Angel has said sometimes people can only afford to feed them themselves or their children once a day. They're lucky if they get 2 meals a day. People knock on her door late at night because they had no other option. My kids haven't eaten today. And Angel, out the kindness of her heart, gives them a little rice or whatever she can give to them, just so those people, that whoever knocked on her door, can feed their kids because they went all day. It's now nighttime. So they don't have to send their kids to bed on an empty stomach. Take care of them. That girl, Horiana's gonna be fine. She can afford it. Balled up in the bottom of one of them nasty closets. That's where they're clothes. You got that right. Send her money, but she will not get my money. She ain't gonna get mine either. Yes, she is a real person. Yes, she is. I looked her up. She is a real person. And I seen her at the New York meet and greet, so I know what she looked like. Hey, lady, did anyone see that fake AI flip with a life jacket into the water? Oh, was that an AI? I donate to Field the Children in St. Jude, Heart Association's Cancer Research. Okay, Elaine. Those are all great organizations that really mean something. Did y'all hear? Okay, let me bring this up. Okay, Stoney did Clock It, right? The diss track. Now, when somebody makes a diss track, isn't the other artists supposed aren't they supposed to do the diss track, not someone else with an AI generated one? Because KO was supposed to do it. Um, Angel had little, but she gives huge. She sure does. That's why she's gonna always be great. I mean, blessed. She actually cares about people. KO cares about herself and herself only. I'm gonna look back at that video. She cares about herself and herself only. She comes before her own children, which is sad. Yes, Stony is looking beautiful. She had her hair straightened out, before she got her braids. She actually got long hair. Girl, she got edges. She got edges. Oh, they ain't like when I made that post about Stony having long hair and edges. Oh, they came from me. I just laughed. Not my fault your princess is bald headed. Oh, she thinks she can swim. She does. She thinks she can switch out. She thinks she can do it. She thinks she can cook. Yeah, exactly. KO should have done the diss track. Not an AI, and KO's not even the one that did the AI. It was one of her favorite bloggers that did it. So that shit don't even count. I hope Stoney does another one. She got her nails done too. Who got her nails done? Stony or KO? Because KO can't keep no nails on because her fingers are too crooked. Every time she gets her nails done, she loses one the same day. So aggravating how KO looks with that hair all in her face. That's because her hair, her head. Oh, Stony, yes, she did. That's because her hairline is so far back. Forehead too big. Looking like what's that person's name? Looking like Roger from American Dad. Life is too hard to send money to someone, money that is not in person, that is good, or a good mom she can go to. Like I said, you supposed to, give to people who need it. You know what I'm saying? Like the bigger artist. No, you're the begging artist, and you're not even an artist. You know, Singing, dancing princess. No, you're the you- you're none of that. You're not even a princess. You just beg, 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 beg. Every day, all damn day, you beg. And it's ridiculous. But like I said, hey, that's one thing I will say about her. She good at scamming. Oh, that's one thing. She is made an art out of milking them cows. So if that's what she wants to do and they're allowing her to do it, then hey, that's on them. I find it hilarious that there's a creative Janice is always going on about Stoney's look, but yet she uses an AI image. Yeah, they're gonna talk. Yeah, they always talk about her. Oh, she's this and she's that, and somebody today, that guy, oh yeah, they were talking about how, what do you call it? How Don was dressed yesterday for whatever event they went to. A horror is like a walking Timu, what do you call that? Mannequin. Does she dress nice when she goes to these places? No. She got a friggin' $5 outfit on. When she was going to those events with Don and Stony, half that shit she had on, that shit didn't cost between what, $4.99 and $9.99. Come on now. Okay, yes, Stony had hers done. I seen that. I find it hilarious. Okay, so I read that one. You know what I'm saying? But they always want to talk about somebody. You know what I'm saying? They weren't complaining about that girl before. You know what I'm saying? Like, bottom line is, KO, stole that girl's song. Y'all loved her, y'all loved Don, but y'all not gonna call her out about the fact that she stole that girl's song. Talking about, oh, KO, she got rid of them. She walked away from them. No, she didn't. She stole their song. Then you're sitting here talking about the song wasn't no good. It was good enough for her to take. So apparently it was good because she stole it. If the song was garbage, she wouldn't have took it. And they tried to cover for her. We all kept saying that she stole your song, she stole the song. No, it's a technical glitch. They still tried to protect her. So it is what it is. She stole the song. They walked away from her. Yeah, they used to love Justin too until he left her. They said to him, I left him. I left him. I left the marriage. I left the marriage of abuse. You didn't leave anything. Justin left you. The only thing she did was run to go file for divorce first because she thought that if she filed for divorce first, she would have the upper hand. Did you see and hear the conversation with the guy at the airport? He said he spent $8,000 and $9,000 on his 7 days in Jamaica. He rented a villa, and it was his birthday. No, I didn't watch that whole video, but my son's godmother, when her, you know, every year her and her, sons, their wives and her her grandchildren, they would go on a family vacation. About 2 years ago, they went to Jamaica, and they rented like a villa, I guess you want to call it. And there was I don't know if you call it a butler, but there was someone there that cooked for them, whatever they needed. When they wanted to go on their outing, he had there was a van there. He drove them to wherever they went. Yeah, they paid a lot of money for that. She said it was really nice because, I mean, they cooked. They didn't have to cook any food. They didn't have to clean up. It was a nice vacation from what she told me. She'll never say anything cuz she wants free products. Of course. She needs everything has to be free to her. She can't do a front flip. I don't know how she edited it. All I know is wearing a life jacket could potentially break her neck. I don't think she was the only one there that had a life jacket on or had a life vest on. Now, I wouldn't have did it with a life vest on, but she did. Cheap motel in the boondocks. And then tried to act like she was at the most exclusive one there. That wasn't the most exclusive one there. I mean, I will give it to it was better than where the hell she was staying at first. And somebody here told me that was MG husband's place. So MG should feel, she should feel disrespected if that's true, because she made it sound like that was beneath her once she got to the new place. Waiting on the day, waiting on the day that her producer will be giving his marching orders. The Moo fans already warned him to stay on the right side of the princess. Oh, really? Well, he's sure been saying a lot of things on social media. He's even posting people's comments and posts. You know, I'm not going to say that he's not a good producer, because from what I understand he is, but this he produced songs for her before and they didn't go anywhere. It's all also has to do with the artist. They cannot compare Ari, what is his name? Is Ari Star to horror. They're not the same. And I hope he does know that that's how shit works with her. You know what I'm saying? One little bad review from her, one little wrong move, and they will come for him. Hi, Florence. They probably made her wear a vest so they won't get sued, probably. Sometimes they will do that. She's trying to live her childhood all over again and acting like a child. Also, she's trying to make the girls dress like her, and she said at one time they were like her. She'd be okay with it. Yes, she is trying to relive her childhood through her kids. But you know what? She's trying to have her kids relive the bad parts, which is not cool. And I pray those girls don't turn out like her. Like she feels she has to shake her ass to make a living. Why would she want her girls to shake their ass to make a living? She should want her kids. You're supposed to want better for your kids. Whatever you got going on, you want your kids to do way better than you. She should want her encourage as time goes on for her children to go to college, so they don't have to, first of all, depend on anybody, and especially shaking their ass. Jay is well on her way, and that's the sad part. That's the sad part, because she does what her mother tells her to do. And she does whatever her mother wants her to do to please her, to make her happy. And her mother doesn't realize the effect that it's, well, first of all, it's already affecting the child. You can see it all in her face. And second of all, the fact that how it's going to affect her with her classmates as time goes on. And it's really, really sad that, that's what you want. And then you got her stuck in the middle where her mother wants her to do this, but yet when she goes to her father's trying to instill values in her. Just like what last time the girls were home, A sat there and said, my dad said we're not supposed to shake our butts. She didn't like that. But their father was telling his kids, you're not, you guys are kids. You're not supposed to be shaking your butts. Okay, Melva. Okay, hold on. Um, have you seen that obsessed guy with KO? No, that's what I call obsession, but hey. Who? Which one? Is it Pemberton? I don't know which one you're talking about. There's a lot of them that are kind of a little obsessed with her. So they can make her money. Exactly. No, she doesn't care that Jay is upset. But she should. Having them call themselves hottest babes. Oh, I remember when she said that. I hated that. You know what? And I don't even know what that noise is. You know, I don't I don't know what beeping noise you hear. I don't hear a beeping noise. Oh, you know what? That's not a beeping noise. The That's my ceiling fan. The chain. Um, I guess I pulled it too hard, and it's now up there where the blades are, and I have a really high ceiling in my bedroom, so I gotta get the ladder to get up there. So I don't need a battery. So I don't need batteries. I keep a bunch of batteries because, come on, I live in Florida. We have hurricanes here now. I'm already trying to prepare myself because weather's been so crazy and it's only April and it's been 92 degrees out here for the past week. So I'm already preparing myself for hurricane season. I don't understand the 3 day holidays, especially 3 days in the Caribbean. Doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. Just like even when she went all the way to Bali in Japan, she didn't stay there. Oh God, that's an idiot, Melva. He's an idiot. Yes, he is obsessed. You know, um, like he tries to think he's clowning JD and Don, but yet he's out here making videos with makeup on and a wig. And I remember when he put out there that, oh, he was going to marry her and all this other stuff. And according to Don, KO don't even like him. And he's trying really, really hard to be noticed by her. He's just weird. Here's the thing, if you're in a marriage that it was that allegedly abusive and had left you emotionally scarred, then why are you going to keep harping on about the other person? Okay, about that. She said, she did a video. She said she had pictures. She said she also sent said pictures to Mancy. Now, when she did that, now people think, oh, because she got a restraining order. If you make it sound good enough, you will get a restraining order the first time you go to court. It is temporary. Then you get another court, you get a court date where both parties show up. You have to show proof. He has, because Justin had the opportunity, to say that this never happened. That was the time for you to show that the pictures. How come you didn't show the pictures? How come you didn't have your sister send you what pictures that she had, which probably should have been the same one in your phone? If you sent them to her, then they were in your phone. You didn't have one police report. Justin was found vindicated. And for y'all stupid people on the other side, that means he was found not guilty of it, and they threw out that restraining order. That's what that means for y'all stupid people that don't understand. Tag a dictionary, okay, for translation. And the thing is so, matter of fact, I had this girl come in my comment section this week talking about, you're a horrible person. How can you talk about a domestic violence person like that? I'm a domestic violence survivor. I said, well, then you should feel real stupid and disrespected that horror is is sitting here making fun of domestic violence people because she wasn't in a DV relationship. So you're the one that should feel stupid and be mad at her because you might have really been in one. She wasn't. She had her opportunity to prove it in court and she didn't. Hi, Angela. I'm in the boot of Louisiana. Oh, yeah. I have a cousin who lives in Louisiana. I know you guys get hurricanes too. Lately, we've been getting them, and it's just crazy. I mean, I have a lot of stuff for hurricanes. Over the years, I have gotten a lot of stuff. But I just need to go through all my stuff and double check, see if I need to add anything. I know I do. What do I want? I want a power station. I have a generator, but I want a power station until, because I'm not going to go drag some 400-pound generator outside in the middle of a damn hurricane. An abuser never walks away. It's usually the victim leaves. Exactly. And Justin left. Hi, Angela. I did notice today, and I will give him respect for this. Justin actually stood his ground when it came to the youngest one having a float jacket on when she got into the pool. I noticed she didn't have one. I don't know why she didn't have one, but she probably had a temper tantrum. Maybe but I don't know because I didn't watch it. I agree. Most unique. I am a DV survivor with the permanent restraining order. You avoid that person. Exactly, Angela. You do. And I'm quite sure you had proof in order to get that restraining order. When she went back to court, she said she had proof. She said she had pictures. Where were those pictures? That's like a slap in the face to all domestic violence survivors. You're sitting here lying, playing like you're a DV survivor, and you're not. And yes, Angela, I am very sorry that you had to go through that. And then you got some idiot like this, playing games with it, like it's a joke. And there's people like you that are really DV survivors. You know what I'm saying? And yes, and they have kids together. The thing is, if he was a DV survivor, she was a DV survivor, he probably wouldn't have got 50-50 custody. But those people are stupid. Hi, Kathy. You miss kind of a lot, but you can watch replay, and everybody, sometimes I know you guys like, I can't see the replay. I don't know why, but it automatically puts it to private. Then I have to go in and I have to change the setting to put it on public. I don't know why. It just does it automatically by itself every time. Yeah, just like when she was supposed to start up DV shelter, she wasn't going to start up nothing. Yes, you need proof. Police reports, emails, texts, and she said she had pictures. She said she sent them to her sister. Baby A wouldn't wear a life jacket. JD said so. Then Baby A waited to go into the pool without it, and she cried. But JD said it wasn't safe. But wasn't she in there without one though? So it's 4 a.m. over here, and I'm not going back to sleep because I'm listening to you. So I'm going to go downstairs into my kitchen and start some. Here we go, man. Wait a minute. Last time, let me see. One time you wanted some Krispy Kreme donuts, and you said you were gonna make some donuts. Make sure you cook for all of us. Okay, thank you, Kathy. But yeah, all she does is lie. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, he tried to unalive me. But you bring your kids over there every other week. Sometimes they're there for 2 weeks. Right, but when last time you went to Nigeria, he had them for 3 weeks. But you've called him a good father more than once. You've sat there and said the girls are well taken care of. Why can't you just, people are mad because he's talking. Why does he have to put her name in his mouth? Because he want to? Because she talks about him almost every damn day. As soon as she gets home, and either she gonna go live when she gets home or tomorrow, she'll be on there talking about some damn, she'll be talking about him. You know what I'm saying? I was abused. I was abused. He tried to unalive me. And for y'all stupid people in the back, she didn't change the location to the police station. He did. And I would go one step further. I'd make her ass come in the police station to get the girls. That's what I would do. Baby A had said she didn't. Okay, I seen that. Wait, she's naked 24/7, 365 days a year of JD. Exactly. We never seen one scratch on that girl. I'm cooking spaghetti, bolognese, sweet and sour, beef, stir fry, and some lasagna. That way I can just free. Y'all, we going over the most unique house. I don't know how we getting way over there. So all my sisters with passports, we gonna be leaving in a little bit. Yeah, we saw no proof. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. But they believe anything she says. If she sat there and said it's raining bowling balls, they'll believe her. It's stupid. It's like they have no minds of their own. She should leave kids with the doc for 3 weeks as she goes to London to sort that. Exactly. She has left him for 3 weeks before when she went to Nigeria, but right before Nancy came, right before Christmas, she left them girls there for 3 weeks. Don't sound like somebody was scared. She wanted June's and crying for hers to get her way. Justin stood his ground and didn't give in to her crying to get what she wanted. Good for him. She wanted like Cora get away. Taz, read the one ahead of this about A. Okay. She should leave kid. Yeah, she should. And I'm sure them girls wouldn't mind either. I'm sure them girls would not mind either. Just like when she brought LA Fish over with her last time. I feel so much safe with my mom here. Girl, you was in front of the damn police station. Shut up. If you really think Justin is going to jeopardize his freedom because of you, I don't think so. That man is not about to jeopardize his freedom because of you. Because he really could have tried to have your ass deported at the beginning of all this shit when y'all broke up. He could have went and had your ass deported or tried to. But you know what I'm saying? But you can't even be appreciative. Just be grateful that you're even here in the US. You would not be living the lifestyle that you were living if you were in Nigeria. And you even said that yourself. What about Mancy with that marijuana story? They don't know how he did it. Yeah, because they're just stupid. They're just stupid, all of them. And apparently she has upped her drug choice. You got that right. She sure has, but that's all they do is lie and come up with every thing. You know what I'm saying? You can't sit here, like, if you're gonna lie, like, matter of fact, don't even lie. If you're gonna say something, then be able to back it up. But but them Hurrians, they're gonna believe whatever she says they say anyways. Sorry, but what does not come with a side dish of ants? No ma'am. No ma'am. No, we can't. No, we won't be doing that. I need to see you preparing the food to make sure that you are not picking ants out. Because, somebody else picks ants out and then, thinks the food is okay. No, she isn't. She isn't. And it shows she's obsessed. Like, just let it go. Just learn to co-parent in peace. They say all the time, he can't co-parent in peace. He's tried. He needs to stop talking about her. The first time she talked about him for 2 years straight, he shut up. As soon as he opened his mouth, it was a problem. Then he shut up again. Now that he's talking again, it's a problem. If she can talk, so can he. Y'all just mad that with the stuff that you're saying isn't bothering him anymore. It used to bother him. He don't give a damn anymore. He don't give a damn. Shoot, no, she ain't got no rat pellets in there. She just got there's plenty of food on that floor for them to eat. Oh no, oh no. I hope you don't have no mice. No, I don't think she got no mice now. Cause you remember, was it last year? She was downstairs and there was actually a mouse inside the entranceway. It was like it was right at the damn doorway that goes outside in the lobby. I'm just like, imagine this. Brentwood, a very upper class neighborhood with that have mice. Whoa, whoa, whoa. 3 weeks now. Jamaica and Japan only got 3 days. Why are you trying to curse us for 3 weeks? Nancy lost her business page on. You know what? And I noticed when. Why did it say UK? I thought she lost her license to sell them things in the UK. But he should stop giving her an extra week. Exactly, he should. He should. If she's not going to show him any respect, be okay with everybody harassing him, including herself, and putting out them narratives that he's tried to unalive her, then yes, you only get this. Nope, nope, ain't no 2 weeks. Oh, you want to go where? Have your ass back on Sunday by 5 p.m., not 5:01, 5 p.m. Hi, Joan. Oh, I spoke to someone yesterday that lived in California in that so-called Mickey Mouse house guest. She stated very well could have been a rat in that video. That was too big to be a mouse. It had to have been a rat. That was too big for a mouse. KO gets her identity from Doc. That's why she can't let go. Well, she need to find a new identity and leave that man alone. Picked out ants and honey. Hey, honey, yeah. She's picked out ants out of cereal before. Um, Ew, that fish, the fish she was cooking. No, that stuff would have had to been going. That shit would have went in the trash. And I didn't know ants could get in a sealed jar, a closed jar of honey. That's right. Mm-mm. And they just about to get worse because the weather's getting warmer. She's running away to take the heat off her. Don and Stoney have their feet on her neck. They need to keep that foot on that neck. Taz, she may live in Brentwood, but it's, you know what? That's true, because good neighborhoods do have always have a ghetto side. You right about that. I'm glad he gets the girls for 3 weeks, more time with daddy. And no, he doesn't have the girls for 3 weeks. And we're talking about he did have the girls for 3 weeks. I think it was November into December or something like that. He had the girls when she went to Nigeria. I know the girls would love to spend another 3 weeks with him, but she might already be back by now. So she'll get him tomorrow. He will get, she'll get him back tomorrow. Sad for the girls though. Joanne. Hey Joanne. Yeah, she live in Brentwood. That's a good one. That is a good one. She lives in Brentwood. Shoot, I don't live in Brentwood, but guess what? I don't have rats, roaches, ants. I don't have any of that stuff. Brentwood is not all that. That's where O.J. Simpson lived. But I'm quite sure it is different, you know, different areas of like we have a very good area here where doctors, lawyers live. I mean, they got these huge mansion type houses. Now, it used to be a bad area years ago, like when I was a teenager. They went in there, bought up all these houses, and these houses were small. They bought up, like, say, one person, say a lawyer bought up three of those houses, or knocked them down and built this big ass mansion. And all of that area, people, you got to make a lot of money to live in there. But then there's a certain area of that same city or that same area where they still have those little ass houses. It's funny because you can pass these houses and then a quarter block down, mega mansions. It's crazy. Let's be realistic here. Most children like a pet when they're younger. So, I think Jay would rather have a cat. She likes cats. I don't think A likes them, but I know Jay would like a cat. But, did, did you all notice again that she ate the good life and somewhat Americanized food too? I wonder if the girl, no, they will not. They'll probably get that one bag of salad, which I don't even call it a salad because all that's in there is damn lettuce. Where's the tomatoes? Where's the cucumbers, the peppers? You know what I'm saying? Some cheese. You can put any type, you can put chicken in it. All kind of meats. I can make a salad a full damn meal. But when I fed my children salad, they had something to go with it. That salad was like, when you go to a restaurant, you get your main entree, say you get a steak and your baked potato and some broccoli, and you get a salad. That's how I fed my kids. Oh, and noodles. Hey, Squidward, I hear they've got lovely real estate in Compton. Let me tell you something. There is no way. I bet you that is one place she will never go. Okay? Trust me, she knows what areas to go to. She ain't going out there. Cheryl, tell them she will never. She won't even drive up to the sound sign that says welcome to Compton. Cause them girls out there, they ain't I don't even live there. I don't even live in California, and I know them girls in Compton ain't gonna play with that ass. Let me see. Baby A with the 4 months old soup. For real, coming out that damn freezer graveyard and sliced boiled eggs. She said the American food isn't healthy for them. Says who? I mean, the girl don't know nothing about food. You know what I'm saying? Like, it depends. Like, okay, you can feed your kids chicken nuggets, not every day. You know what I'm saying? It's how you feed them. But she doesn't even feed them a well balanced diet. Even in with so what? Nigerian food is more healthy. Is that what she's trying to say? All that what they call that like palm oil that they use all the time. She's using palm oil. Like that, she puts oil in everything she cooks. Now I don't know because I've never had that, but she seems to put. Some people put. I noticed some Nigerians that I watch on social media. They put a lot of that red. I think it's palm oil. It's that red one. They put a lot of that in their food. But regardless of what uh nationality of food she gives them, it's never a well balanced meal. You can add chicken breast, salmon, shrimp. Exactly. Sometimes you could put tuna, a steak salad. Oh, that steak salad is good. Brentwood, California is huge, big ass mansion, and there's not a house on her street, and it's a dual residential and business. Millionaires aren't going to permit businesses in their neighborhood. Yeah, there's no houses. You know what I'm saying? But that see, like she could have bought for less than what she paid for her house. She could have bought a regular house. Look at L.A. Fish. She seems to have a pretty big house, and she lives, she don't live in Brentwood. I hear she lives like, I don't know, maybe 2 hours away, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody's told me. But she should have bought a regular house, especially with two young kids, to where they can have a backyard to go outside and play. Yes, she does eat most of the salad. She sure does. Yes, man, let me tell you something. Compton will, you right about that, Cheryl. Compton will get her ass and drag her. Let her go up in there shaking that ass with her I'm better than you attitude. That's the thing that gets me too about her. She got this I'm better than you. Bitch, you ain't better than nobody. Who are you? You ain't better than no goddamn body. Hell, oh, she's so beautiful. She's beautiful. Don't talk about her. She's beautiful. Where? That bitch ain't beautiful. Now, I ain't got no problem giving any woman her props. I ain't no hater. If you pretty, I'm going to tell you pretty. You know what I'm saying? You got good hair, I'm going to tell you. I ain't got no problem with complimenting you if you about that. But I don't see nothing about that. The girl don't have no hair. Okay? She walking around in her damn 30s with two goddamn afro puffs and fucking little girl damn bows in her hair. The fuck? There ain't nothing cute about that. You know what I'm saying? You make your hair every now and then. You don't do that. You got all those wigs. That lady send you all them nice wigs for free. Well, so you say. You don't even take care of them. You got them balled up, thrown in there. You don't take care of them, and it has the instructions in it. Now, I'm just going by what she says. I don't have to wear wigs. I was blessed with good hair, and my hair is very, very long. My hair touches my ass. That's how long my hair is. It's a blessing, but it's a curse because it takes a lot of work to wash and maintain, condition and maintain. But she, come on, man, that child is ugly. I lived in Compton for years and know people. Yeah, them people don't play out there. She is the most selfish mother I have ever seen. When they go out to eat, it's always about her. Exactly. You know, when one time I seen Justin take them out to the Chinese restaurant. Athena A had her own plate of food, and I don't mean just like from like ordering, noodles, rice, orange chicken. A wanted this, that's what Justin ordered her. Jay wanted this, that's what he ordered her. And then he ordered what he wanted. And they still wanted to, try some of his food, and he still let them have it. Sliced boiled eggs on top of salad. Yeah, them boiled egg was supposed to be with the rest of the stuff. Like the other day, I had a salad. I had ordered it from the pizza shop. Had lettuce, tomatoes, cucumbers, green and red bell peppers. It had sliced eggs. It had olives and tuna salad. Now that was and it came with I added it when at home. I added shredded cheese and croutons. I couldn't even finish that whole salad. That thing was so big. The girls they get no protein. Like you should feed a meat, a side, and a vegetable. Sometimes do we go to get them a McDonald's? Yeah, there's nothing wrong with giving them McDonald's every now and then. They're kids. If you can feed them ice cream, chocolate, cookies, then you can get them a Happy Meal. You can cook them some chicken nuggets. You can buy the all white meat. There's organic chicken nuggets. You know what I'm saying? You can make your own chicken nuggets. Homemade chicken nuggets. So if you can feed them that junk, then you can feed them something else. I'm not saying it's an everyday thing. You shouldn't feed your kids junk every day. You know what I'm saying? But you just sit here and just, how she feeds them kids just really irritates me. Yeah, American food was good enough when exactly, because they always went out to eat. Her and JD always went out to eat, and she always had American food. And then when they would go out, Jay could never have some of her food. Jay always had to eat off her father's plate. Bread and mayonnaise. It's probably the only thing that child feels safe with. Look at the life expectancy of Nigerians versus America. I wouldn't follow her diet. I don't know what their life expectancy is, but by your comment, I'm assuming it's not good. Kids will be working hard this week, not sleeping. Exactly. What's she gonna do next year when she got two of them to get up to get ready? And I wonder, like I said, usually it's half a day. Now I'm not sure how every school district does, but I know from what I know, it's usually half a day. Now you can go all day, but usually it's if you need extra help with something. Like, what would she do if, okay, now she's got to get two kids ready in the morning? You know what I'm saying? And also trying to, be on live camera. And now you got to drop both of them off, and you're always running late in the morning. Tell them, we're late, we're late, we're late, we're late. Okay, well now you're gonna have two. Or how is it gonna be if if A has the afternoon class? Because that could be a possibility. She better be at that school ASAP, trying to get her to drop that girl off in the morning, and not get an afternoon one. She didn't buy that house. Horiana's name is not on that title yet, isn't it? I thought it was on there. I thought L.A. Mumu bought it and then sold it to her as a broker. Because when you look it up, it has her name on it. At least when I looked it up, it did. Francis, I have never heard of mayonnaise on bread without other, but that's what she likes. She calls it a white sandwich. That's what she calls it. She calls it a white sandwich, and she loves it. She's so greedy. Yes, she is. I've got a friend from Compton, and she made a comment about the fact that she would last 2 minutes there before that wig would be snatched off her head. Hell, actually, she's being generous, giving her 2 minutes. Every time I look at her, she reminds me of E.T. Phone Home. A five head, no brows, nose reaches ear to ear, lip on top of her chin. Y'all notice that girl's got her damn nose is spreading. Oh my God. Hold on, let my dog out. Oh, never mind. She ain't trying to go out. That nose is spreading. Man, if I knew better, I would sit there and think that that girl was pregnant. That nose is spreading. She uses bread and sweets to fill up and shut up baby A. That's sometimes, because sometimes that child be begging for food and she don't give it to her. She just worrying about that damn phone. I remember one guy, she was battling on TikTok. He sat there and said, I will give you money if you feed her. Make her a sandwich. Now that's sad when the person that you're battling on TikTok has to stop and say, I will send you I think it was $10. I will give you $10 right now. I will cash app it to you if you feed her. Now that's pitiful. That is pitiful. I really hope the goodness don't start eating the bones. Oh my God. Don't get me, oh Lord. Yes, she do eat them bones. I ain't lying. They'll blame Justin. If she eats bones and one goes down the wrong, they'll blame Justin. I have a white girl question. Can black hair be colored? Yes. I always change my hair color permanently, so I was wondering. Yes, Angela, you can. I dye my hair from time to time. Um, like I've been blonde, which is bleach. I don't care for the blonde. I like blonde, but bleach isn't the bleach that comes with the blonde is kind of it's damaging, and it just and then I don't like that big like to cover it up, when you have to get a touch up. And then what if and then when you don't want to use blonde anymore, then you have to go through the ugly hair phase. And then my hair is, like I said, my hair is to my butt. So it takes a long time for me to grow all of that stuff out. So I don't do that anymore. But I do dye my hair a lot. And I do permanent. I go to the hairdresser, and get it dyed. Now I'm thinking about I want what do you call that stuff? I want highlights. I want full highlights. But I know it costs a lot. I know because of my hair length, I am not paying over $200. I think it was the lady said 250 to get full hair highlights for my hair. I'm like, I'll stick to regular hair dye. Just, let me give me a color book. I love to make and eat salads daily. Yeah, I get into my salad kick. I love salad. That day I just didn't feel like going to the store to get in it. So I went down the street to the pizza place. He makes really good salad. Tuna, the one with the tuna. Every time she eats the bones, it worries me. Okay, I read that. I'd rather she give them chicken nuggets than go to bed hungry. Facts. Like that day before they left when A was begging for a piece of corn and she gave her the one that she had gnawed all over. There wasn't nothing on there. And you talking about, yo, your stomach's too small for a whole one. Then give her, then what she should have did was she could have broke it in half. She could have cut it in half and gave her half and said, if you eat that, then I'll give you the other half. That child went to bed hungry. Yes, oh my God, I love salad. One thing, my kids love salad too. I was so glad that they love salad. Is there a reason she doesn't color her hair? That's why I asked. Um, I don't know. I mean, she got the blonde, hair, the weave up in her hair, for her braids, but she's about her natural hair. I just never, I know a lot of women who have natural hair, but they don't walk around with their hair like that. So I don't know. I mean, they sit there and oh sorry, they sit there and I none of the women I know walk around with natural hair and got hair bows in there and I, let me stop before I really get rude. But I've never seen anybody walk around with natural hair like that. In my street, there are quite a few 2 to 3 million homes, and none of my neighbors act like she does. I live in a decent neighborhood, and none of my neighbors act like that. And let me see, one, two, three houses down from me. Uh, the Africans have a house. I don't know what part of Africa they're from. But my other neighbor, they waved. My other neighbor told me they were from, he couldn't remember, but they're quiet. They get up and go to work in the morning. Their children are well behaved. Well, the yard is clean, so no, they don't act like her. And most Nigerians don't act like her. I live in north of Ireland, part of UK. Rich people in UK never mention money. You know, And you're right. A lot of rich people don't mention money. You're very right about that. A lot of rich people don't mention money. And they don't brag. Of course, looking at her, okay, besides, don't look at, if you just look at the house, at her condo without knowing how much she paid for it, it doesn't look like it's worth that. The place is falling apart. It really is. It's falling apart. That's something that before she bought that, she knew nothing about owning a home. You know what I'm saying? Like when my roof is needs a roof. I can't call up a landlord like when she was in that apartment. I'm responsible for fixing that. Anything in this house that breaks, I have to fix it. But you don't wait for the problem to get worse. And it's not like she can't afford to fix stuff because she can. She just chooses not to. I live in, okay, what, never mentioned money. I have to say, I cringe when I saw her licking the bowl. Oh, I hate when she does that. Like, that's just what you call, like, really low life. Like, you sitting there and you gotta, even at home, like, is it that serious that you gotta lick the goddamn plate? But it makes it even worse to do it in a damn restaurant. Like, just no fucking home training. If you remove her hair, she looks like. Oh, E.T. phone home. You got that right. Baby A doesn't like cold water. Wonder if she had. Yeah, that's true. I mean, she does not like cold water. She does not. I don't understand why. She could have a cavity. I mean, she does eat a lot of junk. Her nose spread like that because she lies so much. Yeah, maybe instead of it growing long like Pinocchio, maybe it is spreading. Look, Jimmy the cricket. Bleach is bad for hair. It will eventually fall out. Yeah, I used to I used to have my hair blonde for a couple of years. This is quite a while ago. And I just didn't like how it just made your hair like really dry and stuff like that. And well, I don't do that. I don't use that anymore. I might go as light as I can without using the bleach, which is usually like a what you call it, like a honey blonde or something like that. Oh, see, yeah, well, when I get my hair just regularly colored, it's it's cheaper than getting it the highlights. Like I've never got the highlights. I wanted them. But when she told me that price, I was like, no. And every year, like it's almost that time of year where I'm like, I'm cutting my hair. I'm cutting my hair because it's hot as hell here. But I won't. I cut my hair in a pixie one time. I had a very very short haircut. I was lost. I was so used to just getting up in the morning, putting it in a ponytail or putting it in a bun, and now I gotta curl it and all. Nope, it was too much. I cried. I said never again, and then it's nope. I'll never cut it again. It's too much work. Yes or no? Okay, I seen that. Hi, oh hi Bobby. How you doing? Hi, Taz and everyone. I was scrolling to the YouTube and saw you were live. Just stopping by to say hello before I go to bed. You can't stay up these days. Bobby, you need to come do a live now. We ain't laughed with you for a minute now. Yeah, Bobby. Bobby will figure it out what's going on with her page. Yeah, that condo is in repair, in need of repairs. And she's not going to repair anything. Garbage disposal don't work. One of those damn cabinets in the kitchen, the door is hanging off. She got freaking those damn railings or whatever you call it missing off of that thing. What you call that thing that's over next by the stairs? You know what I'm saying? Mr. Panties, he fixed that when he was there. He only fixed that so the content baby wouldn't fall. Matter of fact, did y'all see what Blessing posted today? Something about they closed down or shut down some type of I guess baby selling thing in Nigeria. Huh. Wonder where Miss Content Baby came from. Yes, they were actually selling babies. They actually they found, I guess pregnant women that were there, and yeah, they were selling the babies now. Y'all go look at that. It's on Blessing posted it on Facebook. I can't believe 1.6 condo has a little cheap Exactly. I don't know. Maybe that little closet doesn't have room, but look, I don't have a big family anymore. You know what I'm saying? Most of my kids are grown and gone. But I got full size washer and dryer, but that's too little for me. But I don't know if she could fit regular ones in there. She might be able to. I don't know. I can't believe a $1.6 million condo is tore up like that. Baby A teeth are sensitive to cold water or cold stuff. The dentist, I don't even know if that child I don't even think she's been to the dentist. She should have been there. She should have been to the dentist. Yes, slats, spindles, Taz. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't even think she's been to the dentist. I know Jay has been there, but I know she's had teeth problems. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I'm not going to sit here and put that on one or the other parent because both of them need to be, make sure, like when my kids were little and you're teaching them to brush their teeth, if they weren't doing it right, then I would go in that bathroom with them. And my kids knew you either going to do it. I'm like, you want me to do it? No, they don't want me to scrub their teeth. You know what I'm saying? You go in there and watch them. Or brush your teeth with them, show them. I've done that too. Like, okay, watch me. This is how I'm brushing. Do this. Okay, make sure you get the side. And just show them how to do it. That Rosie. Oh, we got a Rosie on here. Hi, Rosie. I'm from UK outside London, and I will not discuss my financial situation. Most unique. Who the hell is asking you for your damn financial information? Who's Rosie? Where's she at? Did my moderator get rid of her? Because we don't do that. Who's Rosie? Can't ask anybody what their financial situation is here. Oh, okay, okay. Had me a little upset. I'm sorry, Rosie. Both those girls should have swimming lessons. They live in, like here. They recommend swimming lessons here. They recommend them, which I thought was weird because I'm not originally from Florida. I just have one that was born here in Florida, and they wanted him to have swimming lessons. Was he a year? I thought that was a little weird. But then, I started researching and I see how they have the babies the way they get in the pool. Actually, he was under a year, to be honest. And you know how they get them in there where they can come to the top and, and turn over on their back and float. But I've been teaching him how to swim, but he's gonna get swimming lessons this summer. And that's just to show like me, I had to take swimming lessons. When I was a kid, I was in summer camp. In summer camp, we had free time for swim, but they also gave us swimming lessons. I had to take I had to take a course at the Red Cross, and this was because my father had we had this big boat, and we were always underwater. So it was mandatory that my father made sure all of us kids knew how to swim because we were always on the water. And we did not stay around the edge. We had a big boat, so we used to always be out in the middle of the middle of well, no, he didn't take us into the ocean, but all these big lakes and stuff. So he made us learn how to swim. But now that he's getting a bit older, I think he should learn how to, more than what I've been showing them. Yeah, yeah. You know what? Kids learn from example. Kids learn from not just what you teach them or what you tell them, but kids learn from example. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to show. Like, okay, for instance, I don't know how many of you ladies, your sons when they were little, did you send them into the bathroom with their father so they could see how it was done? You know what I'm saying? You show them how to wash dishes. You show them how to make a bed. Show them, you know what I'm saying? When you teach them how to start washing themselves in the bath or shower, you show them how to do. You know what I'm saying? Well, not by me being in there physically doing it, but you go in there and say, okay, put the soap on this. Wash this first. Wash this first. Do this. You have to show these kids. You can always tell when somebody has a poor mindset, they know the price of everything but the value of nothing, period. It's a shame that they don't have those children in other activities outside the home. Yeah, they both need social interaction. I mean, at least Jay gets it at school. Wish the girls could go to a summer camp together. I don't know if I don't know if A is old enough. Sometimes they usually want them to be in kindergarten. I could be wrong. Wish the girls could go, hi. Okay, hi, C. Brown. Um, Hi, Corinne. Anybody that's new here, can you please subscribe if you haven't subscribed to my channel and hit the thumbs up. Thank you. But I don't know if A can go. I mean, different places, but usually the only place that they take kids her age is usually daycare because daycare turns into summer camp. Because usually they want them to be in kindergarten, where they can be in school all day. But yeah, they can go to Jay wanted to do soccer because remember her mother did that whole thing at the park, and there like she was gonna sign her up. She knew damn well she wasn't gonna sign that girl up. I went to summer camp. I used to have fun at summer camp. My older kids, they went to summer camp. There is no way ever that I would have let my 4-year-old go and take a bath on the. Man, she's been doing that. Not even at 4. She's done that. Like, that child was 3 years old, sending her in there with Jay, and that in her bathroom, and that's a deep bathtub. And while she's sitting on her bed on social media, battling, doing live, water running. You don't know if the water's too hot. Both of them climbing in the tub by themselves. And all I heard, and you could hear them. All they were doing was splashing water, not washing up. I'm confused here. When with my kids, I actually started brushing my kids' teeth until he could manage on his own and he would watch me in the mirror. I explained to him, exactly, and that's what you should do. That's what you're supposed to do. And that's exactly how I did it. And like I said, and at least we're not hearing about the black tooth anymore from Jay. not J.A. Talking about her tooth black. Well, always wanting to blame JD, but now I'm quite sure JD gives them junk food, but I don't think he feeds them ice cream, cookies, or candy in the morning. And every time you want A to do something, you bribe her with sweets. That's what probably one of the reasons why that girl don't like vegetables. She's learned that to say that she likes vegetables because she knows her mother likes for her to say that. Oh, I like those. I like that. I like vegetables, but try to give her one. I think the only thing I have seen her that she will eat and like is a carrot. I think they're both a bit too young right now to go to summer camp. Yeah, some people, well, because she's home all day. Yeah, there's no reason to. Some people have no choice but to send their kids to summer camp because, some people have to work and they need some place for their kids to go when there's no school. Like right now, everybody's already signing their kids up for summer camp because our schools get out very early. Like the end of May, our schools are closed. Our in schools end like I don't know what the 21st or the 22nd of May. Our schools are out, and people have to. People are trying to find a place for their kids to go unless they have grandparents or something like that that can watch them. What did he say? My children went to day camp, not some. Well, that's what I mean, day camp. Summer camp for overnight. Even when my kids got older, no, I would never send them to overnight camp. No, I didn't do overnight. We did, we still call it summer camp here in the US, which is day camp. I never that was a big no-no. My father, I used to beg him to go to this overnight camp, because a lot of, my classmates used to go to that overnight camp. My father was like, hell no. Father, like, I don't trust people like that. Okay, 2 to 16. Oh, okay. He gives them a variety, I'm sure, but not. That's true. I've seen him in the store when the girls have asked for something sweet and he tells them pick one. That's right. Parents are the first teachers for the kids. They learn through watching and listening to us. That is so true, Kathy. The bump was probably from falling out the tub for baby A to top. No, well, not just that. Like the one of those bumps, the last one. Well, one was from when she called Jay into the bathroom because she didn't flush it, and she um hit A with the door. Then the other one where she tried to blame Jay for it after it was covered up with a headband, that came from her jumping on the couch and hitting that floor. And I don't know where that first one, because one of those, she wasn't even there. She was in Nigeria. And Daddy Skeeter was there, which was also against the court order because those girls aren't supposed to be left with anybody else. Them girls were not supposed to have been left there with her father. If that's part of the rules, they no, but she left them there anyways. That 3 or 4 has absolutely nothing to show. She doesn't. Like they were okay. Somebody was clowning. Um, Don today. Talking about, oh, he's poor. He don't have anything. Look at his kitchen. Blah, blah, this. Oh, look at KO's house. Okay, it looks like a trap house. You know what I'm saying? Her whole house is furnished by um Amazon. There's okay, don't get me wrong. I love me some Amazon. I shop on Amazon all the time. But I ain't got my house ain't furnished with Amazon. You know what I'm saying? Like No, remember when she first got that couch and she was jumping on it? And the guy was like, He was like, you can't jump on it. And she was like, why? He was like, because it was bought from Amazon. You know what I'm saying? Like, not one piece of furniture in her house was bought from a furniture store. Nothing. Wonder what plans JD has for them this summer. Who knows? Quite sure he'll figure out something. No for me on overnight camp. That's right. Too much stuff going on here. Here like last year, um, I forget what state was it, in North Carolina or South Carolina. There was a overnight camp, and there happened to be a big flood, and oh my God, it was so sad that whole camp flooded. I mean, it flooded bad. So many children passed away, got swept away and died. There's still children, little girls that have not been recovered. And it's almost a year later, and this camp is, they want to open back up like nothing happened. There's a big court case going on because the parents don't want the camp to open up. And I mean, I understand this, they been doing this camp for years and this and this and that. But it's all also about, you know what I'm saying? Like sympathy. Like, that's got to be hard, for these kids, these parents. Some parents have not, I want to say I don't remember, is it 8 or 12 girls are still missing? They got swept away. I mean, they looked for these girls for a long time. It is so sad. When my children were young, we used to give them stickers every night if they brushed their teeth properly. KO, yeah, it's cheap and dirty. Yes, Rose, it's part of our upbringing. I'm from South Ireland. There are no nonsense type of people that include Northern Ireland and Southern Ireland. I had a friend whose brother drowned at 18 months. Mm-mm-mm. Child seat failed. He fell backwards and hit his head. Oh, wow. That's so sad. You got that right. Her Amazon furniture matches her dirty ass. Facts. All schools over in the UK don't close till around the 20. Yeah, I'm from up north, up towards New York. Yes, they close in June. But here, because, well, school starts like the 7th or 8th of August. It starts early here. Oh, so Kathy, you've heard about that. Yeah, lawsuits are being filed. Yeah. They, I watched a little bit of the hearing, and it's like, I think they could have did something a little bit sooner to try to save, watch things, or or try to move these girls to higher ground. She teaches Bay absolutely nothing. No, she doesn't. She always corrects J, but she doesn't correct A. I heard, and they should. No, I don't believe they should open back up. It's sad, I mean, not only did so many children lose their life, but you have parents like that's, not only, by now that the girls that are missing, what I'm saying, that they've passed away. But it's something, it's about, you don't even have closure because your child hasn't been found. That has to be an even worse feeling, that you don't have closure because you haven't even, your child's body hasn't been found. And it's almost a year later. I don't think they should open either. It's like this, like, you guys have no sympathy for these parents. Is it just about money? Well, if it's just about money, then you need to pay these families. So I agree with their lawsuit. So if you want to make it just about money, come on, oh, there's hundreds of girls waiting to go there. First of all, I wouldn't send my kid there after what happened. And if it's just about money, then you need to pay these families. Hi, Deanna. Which CEO? Is it that Colorado? My ex partner, my children's father, put up the subject of boarding school one time, never did it again. I know that's right. I had my kids in the Boys and Girls Club. Yeah, I went, that's what I went to. I went to a Boys and Girls Club, when I was growing up. My older kids, they went to summer camp that was at our park. Resilient, heartless, not even to consider reopening. Yeah, I was shocked when I heard that they were going to reopen that camp. I was really, really shocked that they were going to reopen like the very next year. I'm just like, so y'all just went out there, rebuilt these cabins, because most of them cabins got destroyed and swept away, and then you're going to just open up the cabin, I mean the camp, not even, a year later. Well, but it's just crazy. Honestly, when I see those children climbing and jumping all over, let me tell you something. My kids didn't do all that. They did not you be jumping all over my furniture like that. Every parent deserves to have closure. Exactly. That's got to be the hardest part, is not having closure, not knowing, like, that's just crazy. It's just like, and it's sad for me to say this. So they couldn't find their bodies, and then that water receded to wherever it came from and just carried their bodies. Oh my God, it's just so sad and heartbreaking. There is still one little girl missing. No, there's more than one little girl missing. There were just like at least eight. At least eight little girls are missing. That's what's crazy. There's at least eight of them. They showed their picture on the news. I didn't even know until they were, doing this court hearing. They were showing this court hearing this past week. I didn't even know that there were that many girls still missing. And then I had no clue that they were planning on opening up this camp again. Okay, yeah, it was a Christian camp. It was so sad, My heart breaks and goes out to these parents. You know what I'm saying? That they don't even know where I don't think at this point, I don't think they will get their children, these girls back, to have closure. And that's probably got to be the worst feeling ever. Here's the thing, I'm not going to leave my children a complete strangers overnight on a normal day. That's true, because like I said, I mean, now that I am an adult and I've had my own children, now I understand why my father would not let me go to that overnight camp. I begged him to go to that overnight camp because all my friends were going. Everybody was sending their kids to that camp. They went every year. My father was like, "Nah, you gonna go to this day camp, but you're not going to no overnight camp." I understand a lot of stuff. When you're kids, you get mad because your parents won't let you do this and do that, but as I'm got older and became a parent, I understood why, they did the things they did. And things are worse now than when I was a kid. I understand why they didn't want me to spend the night at anybody else's house. Because as my kids got older, no, you ain't spending the night over there. I don't know who over there, especially my daughter. Shoot, I don't know. That she got a husband, she got a boyfriend, she got an uncle, a brother. She got an older son? Hell no. You ain't staying over there. So I understood a lot of that as I became a parent. I always said I would never turn into my parents. I turned in my parents pro max because I think I might be a little bit worse than them. But the world we live in is different than, when I was growing up. Usually, if there is a tragic event, you take a building down and put up a memorial site or something. Yeah, usually they do. Now, I don't know how they redid this camp. I don't know, did they build the cabins like somewhere else? I don't know, but I still think it's insensitive to reopen it the very next year, especially with at least 8. It could be more because I can't remember the exact number, but I know it's at least 8 little girls that are still missing. To me, it's you know what I'm saying? It's putting money over these girls. And from what I understood, like they had walkie talkies, they weren't using them. They were watching, they were watching the water rising during the day. They said the owner had been riding around in his golf cart. So he was seeing things that were going on. Sometimes it's called take precaution. You know what I'm saying? And it was crazy. These kids, the ones that survived, they're traumatized. One lady was talking, saying that my daughter wanted to go into this cabin and rescue her friend. And they wouldn't even stop at that cabin, knowing that, as they were, one cabin was evacuating, they wouldn't even go to this other cabin where kids were still in there. And her friend her friend drowned. The whole thing was just so sad. The whole thing is just sad. And my heart, like I said, my heart goes out to these parents that, for what they're going through. And I couldn't even imagine going, having to deal with what they're dealing with. But I don't know. But I'm watching this, I'm gonna see what they say this week about this about this trial. And I don't even know if the trial is over yet or whatever they're doing in court. But you know, we'll see. Yes, the others probably will never get over losing their friends. No, that's like I said, the thing is, it's just sad all the way around. It really is, especially when you hear about a child, and like I said, the little bit I've been hearing about it this past week with the court case, apparently, and I think the judge even agreed at one point that there was a lot more that could have been done. And it's sad, like I live in Florida. You couldn't pay me to live near water, okay? With hurricanes, and there'd be flooding going on here, and you got people who flooded for the last two hurricanes, and they're in a flood zone. They tell them you need to evacuate. No, we're not evacuating. We're not leaving. It'll be fine. And next thing you know, they're calling to be rescued because they got water up to their chest. And now they have to tell them, we're not coming to get you. We have to wait until the storm pass. When, you know what I'm saying? But why would you stay? They wouldn't have to tell me twice. They would sit here and say, hey, you're in a flood zone. You should, you need to evacuate. I'm packing up, all my personal, item, like documents and things like that, grabbing my dog and my kid, and we're out. You know what I'm saying? We're going to higher ground. Next state over, whatever. We're out of here. Even if I didn't have money for a hotel, we'd stay in my car. But at least, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna worry about us drowning. I'm not meaning to laugh, but it's crazy. But that's one thing I made sure that my house was not near because I don't live near the ocean. I made sure there was no lakes around me. There's no retention ponds, all these fake ponds they're building all over the place. No. The most that I get hit with is no power. And I usually lose power as soon as the storm hits. My power is off within the first hour. And, might lose some shingles and things like that because I bring everything into the garage. And that's the worst is no power. Sometimes it can last 10 days, couple days. I want to say the longest I lost power was 10 days. And that's when I first moved here. And I didn't have a generator. And that was the worst damn 10 days of my life. And the next year I made sure I bought the biggest damn generator I could afford. And I had to have it delivered because that's how heavy it was. Even though it's on wheels, that shit is heavy. And then as years went by, I just started adding things on. I have one of the biggest totes full of lanterns that run by batteries, flashlights, candles. I got a double eye, what do you call it, like one of those cooktop things or whatever you call it that you can plug in. I have a little mini camping stove. I have a gas grill, two propane tanks. I got a Blackstone. I just got that like 2 years ago to add on to it. I have the generator. You know, I I got a lot of shit. I got like 4 or 5 gas cans. I ain't playing. We lose power. I'ma try. Oh, and a bunch of fans. Because I have central air, so I never use fans. I had to buy a bunch of fans, because can't use central air without, if you don't have electricity. I'm not trying to sit here and I'm trying to be. It's not fans aren't as good as the central air, but it is what it is. That can't. Yeah, but you know what, Cheryl? They have a lot of people who actually signed their children up for this camp. That's why they're trying to open up so bad. You be. They got a lot of people who want their kids. They're already signed up. Justin has shown that picture of June. Did you know? Talking about that picture, somebody made a post on that talking about googly eyed at that age. Really? Like you think that you're trying to take a dig at Justin's child, but you do know that's their little fake princess's child too. So what? She made, what? You act like she's Van Gogh. What the hell? Let me see what your kid is drawing. Probably still drawing a damn stick figure. Fuck out of here. Like, you don't talk about children. At most, so many fun activities do with your children, but it's just not going to happen with you. You got that right. When my children were younger, we encouraged them with messy play, then arts and crafts, and also music and singing and lots of different. Because, yeah, they're learning, you know what I mean? They have to try things to see what they like. Yes to a generator and lights or lamps. Yeah. Um, like I said, I tried, Oh, and I forgot I have a portable AC. It's like one of those ones that looks like a big humidifier thingy. I be forgetting I have that in the garage. Let me tell you, when you go 10 days without electricity, you learn. Back home, we never used to have tornadoes. We got hit by a tornado and we lost power for like a week. You know what I'm saying? But with 10 days with no power, I was sleeping in my car just so I could have AC because I couldn't sleep. And the next year, there was no way I was going without a generator, even though when I bought the generator, I didn't have to open it for maybe 3 years. And y'all remember that hurricane? I don't remember the name. The one that hit the Bahamas and it sat over the Bahamas for like 3 days. We were supposed to get that. We were supposed to get a direct hit, category 5. which is category 5 is the biggest hurricane you can get. And they said we were going to get catastrophic damage from this one because that hurricane was really really big and bad. And that's when I took it out the box. But we didn't get it because the hurricane did something that hurricanes don't do. Hurricanes move. That one sat over the Bahamas for like 3 days, which is unheard of. And by then it had died down, but I will never. That that generator is the best investment that I made. Um, we did the same things. You're self-sufficient. I'm trying to be. Who would sign their kids? I have no idea, Jan, but people signed their kids up to go to that camp. Have to say I was in Texas when Hurricane Kate hit, and that was a real eye opener for me. Um, the first hurricane I was in here was 2017, and I learned a lot that year. And I mean, yeah, I had like candles already. I had some of the lanterns that run by batteries, but I didn't have like everything that I have now. I don't have. Every year I add to it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even know why I have that double hot plate, but I have it. You know what I'm saying? I have it. I make sure everything's plugged. The only thing I want to get is I want to get I think it's called a power station, so I can use it to, until I can get the generator outside because I'm not going outside in the middle of a hurricane and all that rain and 80 and 90 degree mile per hour wind trying to drag out a generator. I'm not doing that. So, but I make sure everything is plugged in and I try. Baby J has a gift with art. She's a good, yeah, she is. She's a smart, good, but thing is sometimes her mother, downplays her art. I don't like that. You can do a better job. Like, hmm, that one right there. I've got a generator, even though I've never really had to use it yet, because where I am, we haven't so far been hit by floods. Other part, yeah, but you know what? At least you have one. It's better to be safe than sorry, because I wish I had bought one before I had to learn the hard way. I have bought camping supplies, although I hate camping, but it's better to be safe. And so if I lose power, anything happens, and I'm prepared, and I got my children's stuff as well. Yeah. Yes, we keep adding things too. See, yeah, I add things every year. Like pretty soon I'll be going to Costco to get my the big giant packs of batteries, to put in everything. And so the one thing that I did want, which I did buy and I never really used it, was my Blackstone. I caught it on sale. Hi Alexa. I caught it on sale. I don't know, like 2 years ago, Black Friday. I got one of those big Blackstones. I always wanted one and I don't use it. It's just sitting there. And I got two, because before I moved here, my sister-in-law said they got hit back to back. They had three hurricanes back to back. She said they just couldn't recover. She said every time they thought they were going to get their power back on, here came another hurricane. I said, oh my God. It was so bad that she said, um, what do you call them people? Not the FEMA was offering them. They had 2 years to where they could buy a generator up to $800 and fill out the paperwork, give them a copy of the receipt, and they were reimbursing you for the generator. I was like, what? She was like, yeah, I bought me a generator and, the next year and they reimbursed me for it. I was like, now that's crazy. I'm stocking up on non perishable goods because with the way things are going right now, politically around the world and financially, you can never be too careful. When it comes to like hurricanes, like I always keep a lot of bottled water anyways, but I don't buy a lot of non-perishable items like everybody's out here buying, non-perishable items. I'm out here buying regular food, because I the generator I have is very big, so I plug in my refrigerator, and I also plug in my I have a freezer in the garage, a stand-up freezer in the garage. I plug up all my stuff, so they out here buying, can this, can that, bread, peanut butter. I'm in there buying ice cream. Like pretty soon I need to go out there and start the generator, because I haven't started it in a while. I take it, you know what I'm saying? I always, start it from time to time, make sure everything's running good. But I don't really buy too much non-perishable stuff. Every year I also add a board game to our collection, so got something to play with the kid, you know what I'm saying, to keep, try to keep it occupied. I can't believe, did you really disclose where you live? Yeah, I live in Florida. Let them come. Florida's a big place. They can come. I'll know before they get here. There's not one part of my of my outside my house that I can't see you on, because I have video cameras all around my house. Even though I live in a good neighborhood, I know better to be safe than sorry. So I have video cameras everywhere. My neighbors hate me because they have spotlights on them. So they don't even walk on my side of the street when they walk their dogs or take their little nightly walks. They walk across the street because they know the darn the what you call it, the spotlight's gonna come on them, and they're really cool from the alarm company because they follow you. So if you're walking to the left, the light follows you all the way to the left. They hate it. Yeah, Florida. August and September is the worst. Oh, and then not only that, shoot, I've said before that about me living in Florida. I don't care about nobody knowing that I live in damn Florida. Come find me. I'm strapped too, if y'all, know what that means. I do too, Bobby. Lots of cameras. I'm not Bobby. I'm Taz. I love my cameras. My neighbors don't. Well, with the way things are going with grain and everything like that, we have in the UK brought in from other countries a good idea of enough to last me a couple of weeks if needed. I don't buy bread. I make my own. Along with, I ain't got time for all that. I'm gonna buy mine. I don't have time. I ain't got time to be making no homemade ice cream, and I'm not gonna be buying. Oh yeah, they're always trying to figure out where Bobby lives. But like I said, I ain't got no problem. Not the first time that I said I lived in Florida, and it ain't gonna be the last time. Come find me. I'll know you're here before you announced yourself. That's for sure. Because if an ant walks past my house, that stupid alert goes off. and I'm strapped. So it is what it is. And Florida's a stand your ground state, if you know what I mean. All I got to do is tell you to get off my property one time. And I will be doing that through my cameras, because all my cameras you can talk through. Not just the doorbell camera, but every camera I can speak through. And you will be warned one time and one time only. I don't play about my safety, especially within my house. And that is one place you will never whoop my ass at, and that is on my own property. That's not gonna happen. Oh my goodness, one night, Jan, this my doorbell camera kept going off. And I'm like, what the hell? I'm looking and I don't see nothing. I don't see nothing. Then finally, I said, okay, I gotta slow this down. Something like, what's going on? And then it was like a firefly kept flying and hitting the damn camera. And I'm just like, oh my God, it was driving me crazy. My dog would kept barking. Now, matter of fact, and that is a dog. If you're in the car drives down the street, the camera don't, the damn dog barks. It's ridiculous. If you played the board game Operation, I knew there was a reason I was never searching. We have that game. Hi, kitty cat whack. Security sensor light. The funniest thing is that around like Halloween and certain holidays, you're allowed to, the alarm company that gives you little things where you can change the deter thing. Yeah, none of my neighbors liked me when I changed it. They give you different option, and I changed it to the witch cackling. Yeah, my neighbors didn't like me with that one. Because it scared the shit out of them. I had to change that real quick. I was like, my neighbors was about ready to fight me at that time. So I just keep it to the same one now. We see bunnies pop. You know, 3 years ago, I had went out to go get something to eat. I had ordered something from Outback. I was like, I ain't gonna turn on the porch light. I'll be back before it gets dark. But, I called, I did, an online order, went to go pick it up, wasn't ready because they were really busy. So by the time I got home, it was already, dark. So I get out the car, I come in the house. Then I come in the house, somebody's at my door. I didn't even get to take my shoes off yet. I look at my phone, it's the lady across the street. I go to the door, she's ringing the door. Now, she hadn't even rung the doorbell yet, but I got the alert that, she was even near my property. So I'm going to the door because I see who it is. And when I open the door, right when I got to the door, she rang the doorbell and then she takes off running. I'm like, what the hell? And she's yelling, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. And I'm like coming out. She's like, run. I'm like, what the hell? So I run down. She's in the road now, across the street, back at her own house. There was an alligator in my front yard. Now, I ain't got no water over here, so don't ask me where the hell the goddamn alligator came from. The alligator at one time, right before she came to my house, the alligator was in front of my front door. I couldn't believe it. So now I'm just like, no wonder she ran. So we had to call a trapper, wait for the trap. It was crazy. To this day, we still don't know where the hell the alligator came from. But the alligator was sitting at my door. It was crazy. I was like, I'm never leaving my house again without the light. And you know what the crazy thing is? That alligator had to been in my front yard when I walked into my house. That was the crazy part. And that's probably why it moved towards my door. When, I walked through like the little porch area. And I'm like, it had to been in my yard. To have made it to my front door that quickly, it was crazy. One of my, it's a stray kitty. Aw. Yes, an alligator. I still don't know. We don't have no water over here. Cause I kept asking them like, where did it come from? We don't have no water. But there was an alligator. And they had to pick my house. I'm quite sure, I don't know if it went to anybody else's house, but it freaked me out that I know I had to have walked past it. It had to have been in my yard because it was too short of a time for that lady to, my neighbor to had came to my door. So I know I walked past it and I just didn't see it because it was dark out. Let me tell you something. Sometimes I don't care if it's daytime out and it could just be a possibility that I'm gonna come home right before it gets dark. That I will turn that porch light on at 4 p.m. I'm not I don't play them games no more. That was crazy. You know what I'm saying? But and my dog, like she sits here and associates, like if I get a text message or an email or any type of alert, she thinks it's an alert on my phone from one of the cameras, and then she barks, and it's crazy. She just don't shut up. This dog, if a leaf blows by, she will bark. These little dogs, they bark at everything. Every little thing they bark at. They're cute dogs. They're nice dogs. They're loving dogs. But they're yappers. They bark at everything. The wind blows the wrong way, they bark. I wonder how many I see quite a few comments tonight have been deleted and blocked. Wonder how many of the crazy people were on my page tonight. Times have just changed and you don't open your door. Mine is Yeah, I don't open my door for nobody. I've always been like that. You have to call and tell me you're coming over. And most people don't even know where I live. I have a lot of family members that I don't even tell where I live. I like my peace, and you got to tell me you're coming over. Because you will sit here and you can sit here and see my car if it's not in the garage. Because sometimes I'll park if I know I'm going to go back out, my car will be in the driveway and not the garage. And um, you can be ringing my doorbell and I'll just be sitting right here looking at you and not saying nothing. I'm not going to say hello or nothing. I'm just like, your ass didn't call and tell me you were coming, so you can stay outside. I thought the funniest thing is I saw a video of somebody who was trying to break into somebody's home. You could hear what the guy saying on the rig, come in. Tickle monster. Did he still try to go in? No, okay. Shoot, I don't know. Any y'all seen that video going around on Facebook where that crazy man was ringing their door, somebody's ring doorbell, and talking about he was looking for somebody, that man's daughter, and screaming and hollering, and he actually made himself in the house. And I guess the man's the guy that owned that that lived there, he was trying to tell the guy, you ain't got no business here. He made it in the house. The man rushed home. He had a shovel, and turns out his wife and daughter were in that house, but I guess they were hiding. And he in there with a shovel threatening the guy. Nah, I wouldn't have been telling him to get out my house. I'd have been swinging it. Yeah, I don't open my door for nobody. I don't care who you are. Don't tell me, I remember I had one time somebody talking about they was from the light company. What the light company doing here? Talking about, oh, well, we changed the meters on the houses, and we're just checking to see how they working. Well, you need to call me. And what you need to come inside, need me to open my door for, because the light meter's outside on the side of my house. Like, what do you need to come inside for? I ain't opening my door. Call me. And I'm like, and you're stupid because the damn y'all changed and the thing is that they had changed the light meter like 2 years ago. So no, that shit sounded stupid. Yeah, see, Jan, you seen that on the news? That was crazy. And they said that that man had assaulted a child already at another time. So he had a warrant. I don't know if he had a warrant for his arrest, but it just came out this past week that he had assaulted somebody's child. No, that's just sick. You ain't gonna come to my house talking about where's my daughter. Mess around, your mama gonna be buying a black dress. I don't think so. Wonder if she should be back by now, Jan. Good night, Susan. Sleep tight and clock it. No, she probably ain't been on live, but she's got to be back by now. Because she was on her second, oh, I just thought about something, Cheryl. Oh, that's right. Clock that sleep, girl. That's right, Cheryl. Tell her to clock that sleep. Shoot, I was tired. I'm up. I'm not tired now. But it's getting late. I know some people probably, I don't know what tomorrow's Sunday. And everybody's in different places. What time is it here? Oh, it's 12:50. I don't know why I thought it was later. Oh, most unique. What happened to all that sleeping? I mean, not sleeping, cooking. Thought you was doing a bunch of cooking. Now you going to sleep? I don't even know if I'm gonna cook tomorrow. We'll see. I ain't made up my mind yet. The only thing I probably gonna do tomorrow is wash some school uniforms and rest for the week. All right, ladies, everybody's don't have too much more to say. Everybody's getting kind of quiet here. Half of y'all probably sleep. And I've been on what, over 3 hours, so I'm gonna let everybody go. Everybody, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Share it to your friends. And I appreciate everyone. I saw a new version. What? There's a new version of Clock It. When? Where you see that at, Jen? Who did that? Stony? I'm still hanging in there. I'm on the East Coast as well. Everyone have a beautiful blessing. Okay, you're on the East Coast. Jan, where? Jan, where you see a new version of Clock It at? Who did that? Stony? Where's that at? I need to check that out. On Stony's page, she has Jean. Isn't that the same one? Just different clothes? Okay, thank you, Rose. You have a good night too. I did see part of that. I didn't watch the whole thing. I thought it was going to be the same video cuz I know she what? Was it 25,000 now or something like that, which is actually very good because she doesn't have a lot of followers. So she did very good. You know what I'm saying? Beautiful kitty cat wax, sleep well. You Check it out. She looks beautiful. Yes, she does. She does. She looked very good in that video. I seen like the first minute or two. I didn't watch the whole thing, but she does. She looks very, very good. She does. She's a pretty girl. She is. She's a very pretty girl. I see why KO was jealous of her. Even though they'll say she wasn't jealous. Yes, she was. Because she's pretty, she's young, and she has a very beautiful voice. She actually can sing. Mm. Okay, when I get off here, I'm gonna listen to that and listen because you're saying it's got different words. Okay, I'm definitely gonna listen to that. Thank you for letting me know. All right, everyone. Everybody have a very good night. Thank you for joining. Yes, she is the whole package. Yes, she is. And that's why they're hating on her because they know they know she can sing and she's pretty and she's got edges. You're welcome, Jen. You are very welcome. Well, everybody have a good night. And like I said, if you haven't hit the thumbs up, hit the thumbs up. The people who came in late, I will make sure I put it on public because I know it's gonna automatically put itself on private. So if you can't watch it, just I will get around to changing it. And like I said, uh, subscribe if you haven't subscribed and share it to your friends. I'm trying to get this page to 500. And we'll do this again. Maybe if something interesting come on, I'll be on tomorrow. So everybody have a good night. Bye bye.